Hey y'all, my name is Naima, and today I'm here with my good friend Karis, and today we're going to be talking about our experience in college. We both graduated this past May.
We both attended UNC Chapel Hill, a PWI in North Carolina. For me, the friend making process, it started off early, which I wasn't necessarily expecting, but I was grateful for. Our class actually had a group chat called Chocolate Carolina with all the incoming Black students for our year. And that just introduced me to a lot of people early on. It's where we initially met. I think it just also helped me get out of my comfort zone. Like, I know we're both kind of shy. We can be shy. Like, I remember being added to it and being like, okay, you got to push yourself to put yourself out there. And once we got to school, like some of those foundations that I had already laid from that with different people just continued to blossom. We were initially in like a really big group. And yeah, didn't last. I feel like that happens to a lot of people. When you first come in, everyone's excited, everyone wants to know everyone, and then you kind of slowly start to find your people. And that was definitely my experience. I would say by second semester freshman year, that's when I really started to solidify like my people.
It was difficult for me, I feel like, making friends. First semester, I was a little lonely. I feel like I was having trouble connecting with people. I also found it really hard to balance school and social life. A lot of people study together. That's how they make friends. That's how they're like, oh, let's go study, to like kind of meet people and kind of just like break the ice. But I realized early on that I cannot study around people. Like, I will get no work done. And so my grades were suffering when I would try to study with people and use that avenue to make friends. Yeah, I just remember like really being afraid that I wasn't going to make friends. Things just ended up working out. Like towards the end of the first semester for me, I found a group that I felt like I could trust, that I felt like I could rely on.
First semester, I think both of us had a moment where we were like, okay, I don't have any friends. And then, time passed and we realized, you know what? We at least have each other.
Yeah.
And then, more people. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it can be a real struggle. And I know for me, like it's difficult, like falling off with people, that it really hits me. And that happened a lot, especially that first year.
Going in, I think it's good to just like be prepared for things to change and things to shift. A lot of people, they make their friends from who their roommate is or who they're in a suite with. That was not personally my experience. It's totally okay, like if you and your roommate don't end up being best friends for the rest of college. It's ideal to not have your roommate situation or your living situation be another source of stress, but unfortunately that is the case sometimes. There might not be issues, but you just might not feel like you're clicking, or maybe there are issues. That can be difficult. You can feel really lonely.
For me, that was a big thing. At certain points, I didn't feel comfortable in my living situation. I don't even think it's always on the individuals, because colleges just throw you into living situations with people you don't know. You never know if you're gonna get along. Like, you can talk about it as much as you want, but you never really know until you're in it. But it can be really hard not wanting to go home, not being comfortable in like your space. I think for me, like I had other friends in my building, and then also I was dating someone at the time, and I would be with them a lot, and that helped a lot. It helped me just to feel more comfortable on campus. Having a place that I could go when I didn't want to go to my room was very beneficial.
If you're not feeling safe, if you're not feeling comfortable, definitely, talk to people and just try to figure out how you can, make the experience a little better for yourself, because you deserve to, come home to a place where you feel comfortable and you feel welcome and you feel like that's important. So
UNC is a more prestigious public school. So you're gonna get like lots of different types of people. Especially it's a big school. What is it, like 20 something thousand students, something like that. You're gonna get a wide range of people.
You might meet people that, you know, love to go to 5-star restaurants every night. People might have different lifestyles that are not compatible with your lifestyle or the one that you wanna have.
Being exposed to other people's spending habits, like I wasn't expecting that to be like a thing for me, but it was like just like I didn't really know how other people spent their money, and whether like the people around me grew up with less or with more, it took a lot of me figuring out, okay, what do you actually want? What do you actually need? What are you going to spend your money on? Because it's not difficult to be influenced by what you're seeing. People have different priorities in life. I think a lot of people are living the broke college student life. And if you are, make sure you're prioritizing your wants and needs over whatever else is going on. And, you know, as they say, keeping up with the Joneses. Don't do that.
It's not worth it. It's just gonna end up hurting you in the end. Try not to compare yourself and try not to feel like someone else's situation is better than yours just because it's different. Even more than just spending habits, like people's character, people's values. We're all in very like vulnerable positions entering college. You probably don't know a lot of people. You really want to make friends. So I think it's easy to meet people and see things that you're just like, that's a little weird, and kind of just like ignore it or go with it just because you want to have friends, you want to have a community. Pay attention to how you feel when you're around certain people, when certain things are happening. And if you feel a certain way, don't be afraid to like remove yourself from that situation or speak up and just question things. When you meet people that align with your values and align with your character, it'll feel different than when you are just with people that don't.
I also think that college campuses, they really just reflect like our greater societal issues. So like elitism, racism, misogyny, all the isms, they're happening on college campuses. And I think they're reflected in like the people that you meet. You can experience these issues in friendships often. Like, you know, you're gonna get people all over the spectrum. Finding where you are on the spectrum and finding people with similar ideologies, I feel like is very important. And it helps you just feel, I think, less alone. Getting to know yourself first and foremost, I feel like helps with everything. And that's even beyond college, that's just in life.
Some people come into college knowing themselves more than others, possibly. Some people come in and you don't know anything. You don't know what you like to do. You don't know what you like to eat. I don't know, like, and I feel like that's okay, like wherever you are. Like I feel like I didn't know myself for a majority of college. Towards the end, I started kind of getting more secure and like figuring out, oh, this is what I like for sure. And this is what I like to do. And this is how I like to spend my time. A lot of that came with just trying new things and going to different events, and just even if you think like, oh, I'm probably not gonna like this, I feel like really try to push yourself, try to do things that are maybe out your comfort zone, really pay attention to how you're feeling when you're doing those different things.
Not pushing yourself to the point where you're uncomfortable or unsafe or anything like that. I think for me, a big thing was just like exposing myself to different ideas, different like types of people, different interests, and figuring out what really fit me. At my core, I'm very much still the same person that I was coming in, but I've been able to learn a lot more about who I am throughout college. And yeah, I think a lot of that came from exposing myself to new things and to new people. There's no harm in trying something and never trying it again.
Try hard to not just stay in your room and just only do schoolwork. If you're at a like rigorous institution, you might feel like I need to only do school and like that's the only thing that's important. I think school is definitely important. It's definitely like it should be your main focus, but I feel like you could really miss out on so much if that's the only thing you're concerned about. really try to just show up to things. Like you might have some anxiety, or you might, feel silly about it or whatever, but I feel like nothing is really as serious as it seems. Just follow your curiosity.
Worrying about what other people think about you, not doing that is definitely easier said than done, but I think it's worth it because at the end of the day, you will never be able to control people's perception of you. And I think once that settles in, it really frees you to just be who you are and, divorce yourself from other people's opinions. If I could get time back from worrying about what other people thought, that'd be great. But you are the priority, just you as an individual. So just make sure that you treat yourself as such.